Good evening, Richmond County, and welcome to another edition of the RO Sports Show, brought to you by Richmond Community College, local college, big impact. Raider Magic was abuzz with the swirling of pins inside Richmond's Media Center Wednesday afternoon. On National Signing Day, a nationwide celebration that allows high school athletes to sign to their respective college sports program, 12 Richmond Raider football players inked their futures. The dozen senior players signed their national letters of intent and letters of commitment in front of a packed room full of family, friends, classmates, teachers, coaches, teammates, and Richmond County school officials. Earlier in the week, offensive line coach Kent McSween tweeted that the team would, quote, need a bigger table, end quote, to have everybody sign. Last year, there were also 12 Richmond student athletes to sign, but those students were spread across football, baseball, and soccer. This year's football senior class of 35 players matched that total, seeing players sign at all levels of the collegiate spectrum. RO Sports editor Kyle Pillar had the chance to speak with a few of those athletes.
RO Sports joined today by Gavin Russell and Derek Behringer on signing day. Guys, congratulations. So let's start. Gavin, what was that moment like when you got to sign your letter to Barton College?
It was a great feeling because we've been looking forward to this since 9th grade, and it's just a rough process. For all the underclassmen out there, don't stress the recruitment process because I didn't get my first offer until like January, and they just started coming in. And I was really happy with Barton, and I felt like it was home.
Yeah, so Derek, Barton's kind of a new football program, so just kind of talk about how excited you are to be a part of that.
Well, I'm very excited. I like what they got going on there, and I feel like I can thrive in that program. And I'm ready to work.
Now you guys get to carry on kind of the teammate legacy. You guys worked the defense together the last couple of years. So Gavin, let's start with you. How cool is it to go to school and have him on the field with you again?
Oh, it's very cool because me and Derek, we was all on the field together, and Derek's a great football player, and wherever I'm going to be on the field, he's going to be right there right beside me.
Derek, what about you?
Well, it's going to be amazing. Me and Gavin been playing together since we were little boys. And I already know our chemistry is going to be crazy on the field.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Joining us now are two future Broncos of Fayetteville State, Xavier Lindsay on the left and Brian Bowden on the right. So, guys, congratulations on your signing today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, Xavier, let's start with you. How exciting was today and being out here with 12 of your teammates?
It was very exciting for me to see my teammates signing, not only myself. And just think about the season we had upset against Vance, but I wouldn't change nothing. The memories from 9th grade to now is just beautiful. Thank my teammates and my coaches and my family.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Brian, over to you. What was that moment like? You know, you kind of made your decision last week, so to finally put your name on paper and make it official to go to Fayetteville State, what was that like today?
It was a good feeling, knowing that I get to play with we gained a lot of friendship throughout the summer, and knowing that I get to play with him another 4 years is a blessing.
Yeah, so that was going to be my next question. How cool is it that you guys are going to be, not only teammates but Broncos for the next 4 years?
Very cool.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Also joining RO Sports this afternoon on signing day, senior quarterback Noah Altman. Noah, you're headed to the mountains. You're going to Brevard. So just how excited are you to continue playing college football?
Yeah, I'm really excited. At the start of this season, I was looking at schools like NC State and ECU, not even thinking about going to play college football. So with this opportunity having presented itself and me, taking this opportunity, I'm excited. I'm ready to see what the future holds. Hopefully, a lot of great things.
What are you most excited about?
Honestly, just being able to continue to play the game I love. I've played it for the last 5 or 6 years of my life. Just not something I'm ready to let go of yet. So, even 4 more years of it will be great.
When you signed your name today, surrounded by friends and families and coaches, what went through your head?
I mean, it was kind of surreal thinking back, the last 4 years and even 5 or 6 with the guys that I've played with from middle school up. Watching each of these guys grow and become who they are today. And, I know they watched me grow and mature, and so that was just exciting to see us all taking the next step.
All right, congratulations, Noah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Also out here at signing day, Jarrell White, senior linebacker. Jarrell, you're the only one going to Shaw this year, so just kind of talk to us about that decision and why you chose there.
It felt like home to me, and
they got what I'm majoring, like business and stuff like that. And then I like how the bond is, the teammates is like, they like to have fun, and they all got good chemistry.
What are you looking forward to most?
Just being successful, trying to make it to the next level again.
Absolutely. Last question, what was that feeling like today when you got to write your name on your commitment letter?
It was like a dream come true. Just turn your dreams to reality, and that's what it was.
All right, congratulations, Jarrell.
Thank you.
Dropping their third straight Sand Hills Athletic Conference game, the second such streak this season, the Lady Raider basketball team fell to the Lady Buccaneers of Jack Britt 63-39. 3 Richmond players would account for much more of the team's scoring, all reaching double digits. Senior point guard Kiana Love led Richmond with 14 points, 8 in the first half, and junior forward Jakari Covington netted 11 points. Fellow junior Jayla McDougal, who's been quiet on the score sheet the last couple of games, rounded out the top scorers with 10 points. Adding 2 points apiece were senior Jasmine Ewing and junior Daviana Campbell. Despite the loss, head coach Teddy Mosley was proud of his team's effort against a tough conference opponent. Looking forward to the next game, Richmond was able to end their losing streak on Tuesday. The Lady Raiders did so in mercy rule fashion using a running clock to defeat conference opponent Hope County 70-22. As the team played one of its 4 remaining regular season games, 3 Lady Raiders would finish in double digits. Love led all scorers with 21 points, while McDougal added 15. Covington netted 11 points in the win as senior Bree Wall and junior Kelly Hoffman both chipped in 8 points. The 48-point win, Mosley said, should prove to be a confidence booster for his team. He added that on any given night, a team can put together a win or a loss in the SAC. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. in Lumberton on Friday. Keelan Hood said he was looking to find his shot Friday, and the opportunity presented itself in the second half for the sophomore shooting guard. The Raiders were looking to rebound from a tough loss earlier in the week to Pinecrest when they closed the regular season series against SAC foe Jack Britt at home. Fortunately for Hood and the Raiders, both got what they were looking for in a 60-53 win over the Buccaneers. The 7-point win marked the 4th straight victory over Jack Britt, dating back to last season, and completed the sweep this winter. Hood, who came off the bench, netted a game-high 15 points, all of which were scored in the second half. He found lightning in a bottle and sparked a late charge that saw the Raiders overcome a 1-point halftime deficit. Shooting the basketball with confidence on Tuesday, Raiders collected another pivotal conference win. 4 nights after squeezing out a 7-point win over Jack Britt, the Raiders had no trouble finding the basket early and often against Hope County. Richmond used 4 double-digit scores to coast past the Bucks, 70-49. Junior wing Dylan Lewis topped the scoring chart with a 13-point performance, while fellow junior Nige Stroman added 12 points, all in the first half. Adding 10 points each in the win were junior point guard P.J. McLaughlin and Keelan Hood. Caleb Hood tallied 8 points, with 6 coming in a big third quarter. The third-place Raiders will now face their biggest test of the season when they travel to second-place Lumberton on Friday. Last month, Richmond suffered a 30-point loss on their home floor to the Pirates. The Raiders and the Pirates will get underway at 7:30 p.m. on Friday. The middle school boys and girls basketball playoff brackets have been finalized, and 5 of Richmond County's 8 teams made the cut. The Rockingham teams were the top 2 Richmond County teams to finish the regular season, as both will receive a first-round bye. The Lady Rockets finished a perfect 9-0, which gave the Rockingham girls the #1 seed. In boys action, head coach Julius Bowden and the Rockets recorded an 8-1 record, losing only to top seed West Hoke. The Rockets will look to make it past the second round after suffering a, quote, heartbreaking playoff loss to Carver last season as the #3 seed. Both teams won't play until Monday. The Lady Rockets will get the winner of Carver and West Hoke, while the Rockets will host the winner of Carver and Cordova matchup. The Lady Red Rams will look to return to the SEM SAC championship game like they did last season when they lost to rival Rockingham. Now, Hamlet has been riding a hot streak down the stretch and will host East Hoke on Thursday at 4 p.m. The boys team will welcome in Sandy Grove. Earlier this winter, the Red Rams earned a 47-36 win over the Panthers on the road. Tip-off between the two teams is set for around 5:30 p.m. on Thursday. The Cordova Cavaliers have made the postseason for the first time in 3 years since becoming a school. At 6-2 on the year, the Cavs will play host to Carver on Thursday at 4:15 p.m. The winner will then travel to Rockingham in the second round. Up next is the official Richmond County Athletes of the Week, plus Raider Wrestling and Cheerleading Squad. But first, a word from Richmond Community College.
Engineering influences every aspect of our lives, from the cars we drive to the computers we use. Every modern convenience we enjoy is a direct result of the innovative work of engineers and technicians. At Richmond Community College, we are educating the next generation who will be maintaining or improving upon these products and services. Our students work with programmable logic controllers, experiment with solar energy, design and create objects with a 3-dimensional printer, and operate cutting-edge machinery. Students can choose from a number of programs such as mechatronics, welding, mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, electric utility substation and relay technology, and industrial systems. Programs that equip our students with skills for 21st century jobs. Innovative and progressive, Richmond Community College is committed to building a brighter future for its students and the communities it serves in Richmond and Scotland counties. Visit our website today.
2 Richmond Senior High School wrestlers found themselves returning to the All-SAC team for the second season in a row. Following Saturday's SAC Championship tournament at Jack Britt, seniors Austin Gallops and Joey Nicholson found themselves recognized on this year's team. Both made it as juniors a season ago. It was a good afternoon for several individual wrestlers and head coach Earl Nicholson, although the team would finish 7th overall. Pinecrest won the SAC title as a team. Gallops and Nicholson would both earn second-place finishes in their respective weight classes, while sophomore 113-pounder Andres Sanchez earned a spot on the championship podium with a third-place finish, but was not named to the all-conference team for the second straight season. Now the Raiders will prepare for the regional championship, which is set for February 14th through the 15th. 3 Richmond County cheerleading teams competed in the North Carolina Cheerleading Coaches Association State Championship competition at Apex Friendship on Saturday. The Richmond cheerleading team was in attendance while the Ellerby and Rockingham teams also participated. Although all three teams put forth strong efforts on the mat, none of the Richmond County squads placed in their respective division. The Lady Raiders finished in the top 4 of the high school varsity medium division 1 grouping. Taking the top spot was Cardinal Gibbons, followed by Clayton. In the middle school non-tumbling division, the Lady Wildcats and Lady Rockets competed in a field of 7 schools. Neither graced the top 4 to earn recognition by the NCCCA judges. Last season, the Lady Rockets and head coach Kendall Hornbuckle took second place in the event. A year prior to that, Rockingham was the state championship winner. For Ellerby, head coach Jordan Pillar and the Lady Wildcats returned to the competition for the first time in 2 years. In 2018, Ellerby placed 4th in the state when this year's group of 8th graders were in their first year of middle school. Gracie Allen, a senior on the Richmond Senior High School cheerleading team, has been named the RO Sports official Richmond County Female Athlete of the Week, presented by Moss Brothers Tires and Service. A 2-year varsity cheerleader, Allen has cheered on the Raider football and basketball teams along with the girls basketball program since her junior year. Over that time, she's cheered in dozens of events and emerged as one of the team's most vocal leaders on and off the mat. As her final season of high school cheer winds down, this is Allen's first career recognition.
So Gracie, you and the cheer team just participated in the state championship competition over the weekend, and although the Raiders didn't place, a lot of people said you guys did really well. So let's just start there, and can you just kind of talk about the team's performance and what you thought went well for the team?
I think we did pretty good. Like during the warm-ups, we didn't do as hot as we should have done, but we went out there and we hit everything, and I think we should have placed. And I think there were some places where it was really sloppy, but not enough not to place.
Right. Now, what about the things that went well? Because, I mean, I could try to pretend like I knew what cheerleading was and what some of the stunts were, but just kind of walk us through some of the stunts that you guys did and performed well.
Okay, we did, the first stunt was a sequence stunt, and it was the, you go up, I think it was a switch, no. All I know, I don't remember what it was. I know it was like a back walker right at the very end. And I just feel like we've hit everything. We usually, like, sometimes we'll have, like, we won't hit, and we actually did hit, even though some people thought we weren't because they were nervous. But I think that overall
it was pretty good. And that was really, for those people who weren't there, it was packed. I mean, it was wall to wall full of people. So what's it like to perform? Obviously, you perform in front of a big crowd with Raider Nation and Friday Night Football, but how about that being just all these different people? What was that like?
I think in general, like anybody, I get really nervous because, like, I don't want to mess up and overthink, but then I get out there and just have fun, and I just think it's really fun and enjoyable.
Now, being a member of the varsity team the last 2 years, how do you think that's kind of prepared you for college and life after high school?
It made me really, like, hardworking and confident and outspoken person. It just made me like who I am now.
Sure. Now, what are your plans for when you graduate high school, or what do you have in mind for?
I'm planning on going to Western Carolina and getting my degree in, like, athletic training.
Okay.
I want to cheer there too.
Okay. So that's still a possibility?
Yeah.
Awesome. What have been some of your favorite memories that you shared with the cheer team?
I would say going to UNC camps. Like, we go to UNC cheer camps during the summer, and it's so fun. It's just a really good experience.
What about them are fun?
Just, like, working with the UCA staff and learning new things and just being together, and that's when we really bond, and we all bonded a lot.
That's good. What do you think you're going to miss most when you graduate in June? I'm not rushing it, but, you know, cheerleading season's almost over, so what do you think you're going to miss most about cheerleading here?
Football games.
Football games? They're
so exciting and so fun. The practice, I mean, yeah, we practice a lot during the summer, but I'm going to miss not having to wake up in the morning and go to practice.
You are going to miss that?
Yeah.
Really? Next question for you, Gracie. There are a couple of basketball games left this year, so what about cheering at basketball games is different than football games?
It's just, I feel like you're more into the basketball game than a football game. I mean, you're into both, but, like, it's just right there, and you're up close, so you just get more into it, I feel like. I feel like a lot more people do.
Sure. How well do you think that the two Richmond teams are going to do to close the year?
I think they're going to do pretty good.
Then they can make a run at conference tournament?
Yeah.
And lastly, Gracie, let's talk about a mentor in your life, someone who you look up to, and just kind of tell us who that person is and why you look up to them.
I think my mentor would probably be, I know it's kind of cheesy, but probably would be Meredith.
Okay.
Because she has just always been there for me, like, through all these years of cheerleading, because I didn't come out to be a cheerleader.
Right.
Like, when I was in middle school. And I tried out, and she worked with me and helped me through anything.
Sophomore basketball player Keelan Hood has been named the RO Sports official Richmond County Male Athlete of the Week, of course presented by Moss Brothers Tires and Service. After watching from the bench as his Raiders and Jack Britt High School duked it out during the first half of Friday's SAC game, Hood proved to be the difference maker in the second half to secure a much-needed SAC victory. With just 4 games left in the regular season, this is Hood's first career recognition.
So Kellen, obviously you're here for your one of your biggest performances of your career against Jack Britt High School on Friday. So let's start there. You scored 15 points all in the second half, 10 of which came in the fourth quarter. So just kind of talk about that spark that you found, and we had talked on Friday about you finding your shot. So just talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, like I said on Friday, I just found my shot coming out at halftime, just working on it, and it just started falling in the third quarter.
Okay. Now, as you were helping lead that drive, and again, you and Jack Britt were back and forth. As you were leading that drive, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking that, like, it's a close game, so we got someone has to make a play, and so we can win this game.
Talk about that left side of the arc, because is that where you generally go to on the floor? Because you had a couple of triples from there.
Usually I go to the right, but the left, I was just making a lot of shots there, so I just kept going there.
Kind of stuck with it. Now, when did you know that the Raiders kind of had that win in the bag?
when we started going up more, and like we was up by like either it was like 6 or 8, and with like a minute and a couple of seconds left.
That's right. So oftentimes, Kellen, you come off the bench. So how do you think you've developed in that role, kind of as a sixth man, the last 2 years with varsity?
I kind of like coming off the bench because like I get to look around and see what players do what. So like when I come off, I feel like I got a little edge.
Sure.
So, yeah.
How do you think what makes this year's team a little bit more successful than your freshman year? Because again, the program's kind of trending in the right direction.
For this year, like everyone that all these people on our team, we used to play on the same travel team in like middle school and coming up. So we just have a good chemistry. Good
chemistry, good cohesion. Now you guys currently sit in third place, and Purnell Sweat helped out really the whole conference with an upset over Pinecrest on Friday. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big help for you guys possibly down the stretch. You have Hope County on Tuesday.
Yes,
they're currently in 7th place, but I think the game that everybody's the team is looking forward to is number 1 Lumberton, which is on Friday on the road. So, not to bring back any bad memories, but you guys lost by 30 here earlier this season. So what's going to be the difference maker this time around?
This time we'll be more focused. Like last time, we came out not doing anything. We was nonchalant. We really underestimated them. And they just came out and they was ready to play and we wasn't. So we just got to be ready to play this time.
That's right. So again, the Raiders going for a 2-0 week this week. So Kellen, we're going to switch over to some just lighter questions about yourself. So what's it mean to you to be on the varsity team for 2 years as a freshman and now as a sophomore?
It means a lot. It means because like I've been playing basketball for a good little minute now. So it just means a lot that I'm able to play when really I could be on JV right now.
Okay. Now, most people know that you're also a wide receiver on the football team. So I'm not going to ask you which is your favorite position or your favorite sport, but I do want to know which sport or position do you find it most difficult to do a good job with? Is it tougher to be a wide receiver? Is it tougher to be a good shooting guard?
It kind of depends on which who you're playing against. Because football, all you gotta do, you gotta run your routes right and catch it. In basketball, you're just trying to shoot a ball into a circle, so that's kind of hard to do. Okay, so are there any similarities between the two positions that you find useful? Not really.
No, you don't use your speed or your quickness.
I'm not really that fast.
Okay, your hands?
Yeah.
Okay, your hands come into play.
For stealing.
Okay. Name something about Coach Pettigrew that makes him such a great coach.
I mean, during practice stuff, he's relaxed and he's fun to be around, and he's real funny. So.
And he picks it up during games, so it's good to kind of see the balance there. Last question for you, Kellen. What do you hope to accomplish the next 2.5 years as a student athlete here at Richmond? So it can be in the classroom, or it could be in football, it can be basketball.
I'd like to maintain good grades. Right now, I got A honor roll. And I'd also like to win a state championship in both basketball and football.
And that's going to wrap up another edition of the RO Sports Show, brought to you by Richmond Community College. For the latest and breaking sports stories here in Richmond County, you can always visit richmondobserver.com and click on the Sports tab. You can also find some exclusive things across all of the RO Sports social media, and be sure to tune in for Ross at 5:30 every Thursday evening for your Raider wrap-up. In the meantime, I'm Matt Harrelson reporting from the Richmond studio here in downtown Rockingham. Have a great week.